Here is a gluten fact that most people are unaware of. Most people with non-celiac gluten sensitivity actually have a fructan issue, not a gluten issue. That's what the research says. Fructan is found in the same foods, many of the same foods that gluten is found in. Fact. And if a person comes to us as a gut health company, the first thing that we like to make sure that they do is take the right product for the right issue. Why? Well, because if you have a fructan issue and you take gluten enzymes, it's not going to do you any good, right? Right. All right, so the simplest way, if you wanted to test to figure out if you have a fructan or gluten issue, is you would do a Google search or whatever search engine you want to go with. You would search fruits, vegetables with high-end fructan without gluten. And then you would buy one of those and you would eat some of that. And if it causes digestive issues, you have a fructan issue. You do not have a gluten issue. That's one of the most obvious ways to test for it, okay? And fructan is going to cause the same digestive discomforts that gluten causes, right? Right. All right, so what do you do? Well, you take enzymes. The first immediate response to a fructan or gluten issue or food intolerances of any kind is enzymes. Usually a food intolerance of any kind means you have a deficiency in enzymes. So the answer would be enzymes, right? So here's the rule on enzymes. Not only do you have to take the right enzyme for the right problem, but you have to take enough of it to cover 100% of the problem, and you have to take it at the beginning of the meal, okay? So a couple misunderstandings people have beyond taking the wrong enzymes. Everybody's like, I take enzymes. And my response back is, well, if you didn't take the right enzymes, that's not going to work. If you didn't take enough of the enzymes, that's not going to work. And if you didn't take them at the right time, that's not going to work either, right? So a lot of people are like, I did it, it didn't work. And I'm like, you probably didn't do it right. Because if you took the right enzymes in the right amount at the right time, they work. So if you were to take an enzyme for FODMAP issues, you would take enough to cover the full problem. So a small meal, small snack, 1 capsule. Like a medium-sized meal, you're going to take 2 capsules. If you're eating Thanksgiving or going out with friends and you may be eating a little bit more than normal, or you're eating a larger meal, 3 capsules. Now, why would you take that at the beginning of the meal? So you're going to want 100% coverage, so the right amount of capsules, and you want it before the accident happens. Think of it like car insurance. You don't buy car insurance after an accident. You buy it before the accident. You take enzymes at the beginning of the meal or right before the meal so that you prevent the problem, right? Enzymes are not probiotics. You don't take them once a day and have full coverage all day. Enzymes roll through the system like food, so they're not probiotics. You don't take enzymes at 8 in the morning to address a 5 o'clock dinner. You do not do that, okay? So I'm just telling that up front because a lot of people misunderstand that. So once again, if you have FODMAP issues or fructan issues and you want to test to see how this works so you can feel better, that's bloat and gas relief. That's what you do. If you are 100% sure that you have gluten issues, Gluten Comfort. This has the best enzymes that we've ever been able to find that is proven to break down the proteins in gluten effectively and quickly. And you have to take enough of these at the right time too. The same rule applies with this as the bloat and gas relief enzymes. Now, those are what we would call the fast response to food intolerances. If you would like to get to the root cause of your enzyme deficiencies and your bacterial overgrowth issues and leaky gut and inflammation and microbial imbalances, which include a lack of diversity usually, please DM us protocol and we would be happy to help you with a protocol addressing a top to bottom approach that fits your specific needs. Some people need to start with the stomach and work down. Some people do not. We can tell really quickly. DM us protocol and our people will ask some basic questions and then they will provide a basic response. But the process is effective. It is thorough. If you are trying to address a 5-year problem in 2 weeks or less, we do not have that. Newsflash. Nobody has that. So if you're trying to address root problems, then DM us protocol. If you want immediate help so you can go out with friends and family and eat and enjoy food and not be in pain while you're addressing gut issues or just because you want help with that right now, that's enzymes. You take the right amount of enzymes for the right problem. If you have any questions, always DM us. Appreciate it. Bye.